of two men of their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good afternoon, Skippy.
Good afternoon, Grainy Josh and Grainy Chris.
Sorry, I'm so grainy. We're gritty.
Gritty.
We're
We're
gritty.
full of grit. Full of grit. Where are you guys broadcasting
Very
live
granular.
from?
The Sunshine State.
Oh,
The Food
California?
Truck Owners Expo. No.
Definitely not California. Just joking. The Food Truck Owners Expo.
Orange State. Golden State.
Yes, Golden
Golden
State.
State. Like Warriors.
So you guys are
Where you
live.
broadcasting from, Skippy?
My beautiful office. My peacocks behind me. Peacocks. So
Everybody listening live, sorry about all the noise. We're doing our best to limit it. It's going to be weird.
yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. So Josh and his partner Chris are broadcasting live from the Food Truck Expo in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Just so you know, it's mid-50s up here today. Good selling weather. And
About the same down here.
really?
Currently 82 degrees.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't say that.
Yesterday was about 90.
Of course it was. Well, I just went to the store in shorts and a t-shirt and 52 degrees, so I still feel good about that.
Sounds awesome.
Yes. Anyway, so on today's agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about day one of the Food Truck Expo. We'll get into my week, then we'll get into Josh and Chris's week, and it happened to be their last week, as they're obviously down in Florida at the moment. So, talk to us, guys. What have you learned? Oh, well, I don't want to talk about my week.
Why not?
My week
Why
sucked.
are we uprooting the whole normal flow of our?
Because you're in somewhere cool that I really wish I was at, that I'm not.
But don't change the format, Skippy.
Bitch. I was supposed to be there, but unfortunately, because of the competition I was at, I wasn't able to fly down. So, all right, we'll get into my week. We drove to Indianapolis, Indiana, to compete in the World Food Championships. A total of 13 different categories. Everybody vying for up to their share of $450,000 in overall prize money. Day one was chicken, ribs, and brisket. We received a call in ribs, 5th place, and we got 11th place overall. And then we show up day two, and we get hit with a bomb. And the bomb is supposedly there was a snafu in judging, like there is at every barbecue comp. And we were told that basically how it was going to work was the top 20 of day one move on to round two. And since they had a snafu in judging, everybody was moving on to round two. Let everybody cook. Yay.
Is that the only reason you got round two?
I asked we asked the guy came in during our cooks meeting and said, "Yep, that's it. We fucked up. We did this. We did that. We're gonna let everybody cook." And we're like, "That's not the right thing to do. So why don't you you're gonna take 7? Why not take top 5 of the top 20 and then let the other guys battle it out for the 2 other spots?" And one other guy's like, "How about you take the top 10?" And he's like, "Let's just take the top 10. Everybody's gonna cook. Yay." Anyway, so it ended up being top 7 from the top half and top 3 from the bottom half get to move on to the finals. My wife turned in a peach bourbon cheesecake, or sorry, peach bourbon streusel cheesecake that was absolutely amazing, and we finished 12th. We finished 12th, and yeah. So because they boxed us in like sardines, I wasn't able to pull my trailer out until Tuesday morning. And so that's why I'm not down there. And we decided to get into a slider competition with the SCA, which is the State Cook-Off Association, for shits and giggles because I had 2-day leftover brisket. Might as well use it for something. And we turned in a peanut butter and I actually made homemade bacon jam slider, and it again received 12th. So 12th was our lucky number, I guess. Yeah, so there's my week. Went to the cafe. Electrical's done. Plumbing's just about done. About to purchase about $8,000 in equipment, and we're on track for December 1st. And you're on mute. You're still on mute. Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Good. So like three weeks, December 1st?
Yeah, yep, about 3 weeks. December 1st is again still the operating date. We're gonna work with that, and yeah.
Did you get approved yet from the health department?
We're working on that. They're a little behind. That's why we're saying 3 more weeks.
Do you still hear a lot of background noise?
Yes, but not horrible.
When Chris mutes, it all goes out of my ears.
Oh.
So I'm not. Yeah, I was just curious. That's why we've been muting. So we can
you're
hear
good
you
for
better.
now. You're good. You're good.
So unmute your mic. Unmute.
I hear more background noise actually. So
So strange.
one of you
It's your
mute.
microphone. Whatever it is about your microphone. Yeah. Hey, we've been trying some things out.
Hey,
We have a new laptop and new microphones that we don't have on the side.
Maybe what I can do is just move closer to Josh. Can you still hear me?
Don't get closer.
Josh likes his personal space, Chris. If you haven't noticed that in 5 years, Josh loves personal space.
Did you hear him though say should I get closer to Josh?
Yes,
Yes, you did.
I did. Yes.
So I'll just talk like this.
We can hear everything Chris says. You're fine.
Excellent. Happy day. So yeah, we had Chris. How was our week?
My week was good. Yeah. It ended.
What happened, Chris?
We sold food. I don't have the sales report or anything like that to look at.
Remember?
Let me pull up the schedule so I can remember where we were.
I also don't know where we were last week. It feels like it was a lot longer than last week.
So on Tuesday, we had a catering gig for lunch with our fantastic friends from Train. That went really well, but they were very hungry. We've now decided that we need to go to a serving style catering system when we serve them.
Oh, did they decide to eat everything and more?
Yeah, they had a couple stragglers, and I pulled some food off the trailer. Yeah, we had reserved
Three more catering gigs coming up with them the week before Christmas. So we will have all hands on deck. We'll be serving them food so they don't overfeed themselves.
I mean, that sounds great.
Yep. And then we had an evening service at Creekside Shores, which was our first time back there for the year. They kind of got a hold of us at the end of the season and just said, hey, you guys haven't been here? And we said, yeah, because you guys weren't there the last couple times we were there. But that turned out very decent, I believe. So,
I think we did like 40,000 last week.
Jesus Christ. Seriously?
Maybe 8 to 10.
Yeah, we were definitely under 10.
They had this thing on called an app. I believe it's on your phone. You can probably look it up if you wanted to.
Working on it. My phone was charging, and the cord's not very long. We don't have a plethora of holes to plug things into.
Okay.
Wednesday, all of these locations were, of course, our last for the year.
Correct. You're all pretty much all done, ish.
Yeah, we have one more day of service this year.
Yeah, we were down 38% from last week to the week before. So it was really a rough week for us. Slid in just over 9,000.
Rough week. Fucking horrible. Jesus Christ.
So, Fillmore Complex serving the fantastic folks out at the Ottawa County Jail. And then we went to understand locations from the border, lower subdivision. It was an okay dinner.
All right. Chris has to either get close to you or speak up a little bit.
Sorry.
You can just take it and hold it. Probably not that close.
Luckily, you're grainy, Chris, or else that looks like a different show.
No. Well, I don't look greedy unless
Well,
it reminds you of your childhood, right, Skippy?
It's all about sweet racks over here.
Waiting for that computer screen to load.
looks like you're all about smoking butts.
So, yeah, Thursday we had a Corwell Health South Pavilion over in Cutlerville area. That was a decent day. Friday we went up to Wiseman, had a good day out at Wiseman. Kind of struggled in to sell out of the food right at the last hour there. I'm really sorry about the noisy people behind me.
They just got excited about something.
Saturday, yeah, we were excited that we finished our season. So, yeah, Saturday we did like a little craft fair at Collins Elementary School over in Forest Hills. And all wrapped up and said and done. We were out of there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That was one last time.
One last time.
One last
time. Aye.
I'm.
Yep.
Aye.
So have you begun to think about like what places you won't be back next year?
I thought about it a lot.
Yes.
Chris is like, I'm ready to retire.
Yeah, Chris wants to get rid of pretty much all of them, so I'm going to put him in charge of finding new spots.
Okay. Well, that's good.
That seems fair to me.
It seems absolutely fair.
Thank you.
Have you tried the snowy truck behind you yet?
They're not serving anything.
Aw, damn. You figured at a food truck expo you'd have food truck serving stuff.
No food truck serving any food.
They would have made a killing today. It's hot out.
Sheldon just walked behind, though. He said hi.
Sheldon Cooper?
No, Sheldon.
Oh, food truck guy,
The
yes.
Expo guy.
Yes. So let's talk about some of the education items that you've attached yourselves to. What have you enjoyed so far?
Things run differently down here in Florida. And I'm
Okay.
wondering if we are unique in the Midwest and that we move around more than they do. There's a lot of permanent setups. People that don't move. And a lot more trucks than trailers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And trucks are the way to go. Apparently, they earn 20% more.
So are you thinking to get a truck next time now?
No. Why do I care what they think?
I don't know.
It's still
Maybe
an
Chris.
industry.
Maybe Chris wants to open up a Sweet Rack Smoking Butts Florida chapter.
Okay. I will. You can do that if you want.
No interest in moving down to Florida.
He just needs the $80,000 to purchase the truck, and then pay me a small percentage of whatever he sells.
Nominal fee.
That's how franchising works. Yep.
But then you're stuck with Caleb all the time.
You can hire more people.
You
I have
can
no
hire
problem
more
hiring people. I'm not afraid to hire people.
Well, that makes one of us.
Unlike you, I'm not afraid to hire people. So you're
I'm not-
open
listen,
to how many people do you have?
I'm not afraid
You're
of
fully
it.
staffed?
I'm not
Are you fully
afraid of
staffed?
it.
Are you ready to go?
I'm not afraid of
Are
it.
you fully staffed and ready to go?
We are almost ready to go.
The cafe is.
Correct.
How about your staff?
We don't have to be fully staffed to be ready to go. There's people on.
I have a question.
Oh boy.
Well, this is just pertaining to something different. Because we've already talked about you getting staff. We know that you're apprehensive about having staff. So it's going to move on past that first. It's dead now. You'll have a staff when you're ready to go.
Are you having a hard time hearing him?
Yes.
I'm talking right into it.
I don't know why you're having easier time hearing me than you do Chris. But he has the microphone that's attached.
Maybe Chris has his soft inside voice going on.
Oh, I'm talking loud.
Well, he's
No.
all right. Go ahead again, Chris. Please repeat that.
Did you notice when you got your trailer wrapped? Like what percentage in sales increase did you notice when you got your trailer wrapped?
I have not gotten my trailer wrapped.
You are not wrapped. Okay.
No, I am just a big black trailer at the moment.
Gotcha. Do you want to know how much your sales will increase when you get your trailer wrapped?
Yes, sir. Please.
50%.
Wow. Josh, what do you think about that?
There's a lot of reasons your sales can go up when you first get your trailer wrapped.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your original trailer wasn't wrapped until your second season, right?
midway through my first actually. I did a whole year with it wrapped.
You were busier in the second half of your season, the first season, than you were in the first half, right?
Yes.
Do you attribute it to the wrap or just that you're gaining traction and figuring out how to book places?
Honestly, both. I mean, I believe you're going to have the word of mouth is definitely going to be a big thing. Gaining traction because you're out there more is definitely a big thing. Rapping is a big thing because your brand is everything. So I definitely I can understand that. I don't know if 50% is the right word, but I'd love to know how they're coming up with that.
I'm not sure either. That's the analytics with that.
The analytics, it's a big word. I think there's zero basis for any of that percentage. Honestly, it helps. 50. I'm saying 50%. I'm not saying it doesn't increase. 50% increase. To say that that's why you're increasing 50%. So if I'm a new truck with my trailer, so let's say we opened in 2019. In 2020, we get it wrapped. So I already did an 80% increase in sales from year 1 to year 2, from 19 to 20. Right? So if I would have gotten the trailer wrap, you're going to say, oh, look at our trailer wrap improved our sales by 80%. You're saying there's so many other factors. You know, it'd be one thing if we were talking about like us. So we have 5 years of data unwrapped. When we roll out next year, and if now we're seeing a 50% jump in our roadside service, I'll give it some basis. You know, so we'll have a better gauge based on
what did they attribute 50% to? Like, how did they find that?
Exactly. There's no there's no true data.
They just said
Yes.
they have their truck, and they have another one of their trucks right next to each other. One of them's wrapped, one of them's not.
Is that what they told you?
50% more people are going to go to the other place.
Well, is that because they know what they're selling versus just being a blank trailer?
It's all the same thing. But you don't know what you're getting from the trailer that's blank. Versus you know what you're getting from the other trailer because it's branded and it's got a wrap.
You can also think about it like this. A lot of people like mystery. So they might check out the first trailer that's not
like
wrapped.
mystery with food.
That's not the data that they're getting.
Yeah, I don't disagree that it doesn't. I think the percentage is a fabricated, made-up thing. That high.
I'd probably say 30%.
I do
Like
okay with that number.
It also depends. Josh, let's say you go to the same places, but you bought a new trailer and you had it wrapped. Do you think more people are going to come out of Corewell Health and buy from you just because your trailer's wrapped?
No. Nope.
Now, if you go to a new location that you've never been to and your trailer's wrapped, do you think you'd get more business from that new location because it's wrapped?
No. I think where you get the businesses is from people not outside of where you are. So while we're not going to get more people from inside Corwell because it's the same truck. They know who we are.
Yeah.
When they get their email, nothing changes.
True. Okay.
They don't see the trailer from inside the building. Right? But people driving by, it's more flashy. It's a thing that they see. So that's where you're going to get the increase in business. And when you're driving down the road to your new location, you'll see the truck, you'll see the trailer, you'll see it. Which is why we have the giant vinyl on the back of our smoker. For people that are driving by us, we have a QR code.
Makes sense.
So that's where you get the increase. It's not from the businesses that you're set up because they already know that you're there. They don't go out and say, "Oh, well, that's a plain trailer. I'm gonna go back inside." They've already made up their mind if they're going to eat or not. Based on the email that was sent out, the menu that was provided.
Yeah.
It's the other people that are walking by or driving by, the patients at Corwell Health, that it draws them in. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. For sure.
Yeah, all of the branding, they all got together. If there is true data behind this, I'd love to see it because it was pretty consistent. Like 4 or 5 different people that brought up a wrapped trailer was all 50%. And trucks make 20% more than trailers.
Trucks make 20% more than trailers?
Yep. And that's what I'm getting back to. I think things just run differently down here. A lot of the presenters were Florida-based, which makes sense. But I think a lot of the trailers that are down here don't move. I think they are set up as
just sit there.
fairly permanent positions. Yep. And the trucks are the ones that move around from place to place. On average. Generalizing just based on from what I'm hearing from other people. Trailers seem to be a rare thing down here. So I was answering questions in one of the groups and it was like, she's like, "Oh, you have a trailer. Are most of them trucks up there?" I said, "No." I said, "We're probably at least 50-50, if not leaning heavy trailers in their grounds. Probably very heavy trailers." So I think that's an unusual thing down there. And then she was asking, like, "So do you guys move it?" I was like, "Yeah." "So you have a tow vehicle?" "Yeah."
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is, they ask if you move it. I mean, where else are you going to put it? All right. But I think that's similar to Texas. You see a lot of, like, the food truck parks and things like that.
And there's parking. Yeah.
I wonder where, if they park them, where do they park them? Like, where's their permanent spots? Gas stations?
There's a couple big food truck parks in the area. Personally, I think we're going to go to one today. Kind of get some food and see what's going on. But we saw it next to a gas station or something. There was like 5 trucks
Really?
all next to it in this empty. It looked like just an empty lot next to a gas station. And it was 9 o'clock at night. It was very dark. So I guess it could be. I'm pretty sure it was later than
It was
that.
at least 5 p.m.
Yeah. But yeah, there was like 5, 6 trucks there. All the lights on. People were around getting food. I don't know if they were permanent. I don't even remember where it was at, but when we were driving by. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know where they're parking. One of my suggestions and feedback that we're giving is provide a list of local food trucks and where they're set up.
Where you
So
said
we can go out and try food trucks and see other food trucks.
I'm
I can
Googling Orlando area food trucks.
But my point is, there's food truck associations in the area that could easily provide us a list
Yeah, I get it.
of
Yeah, for
who's
sure.
around and who's open. So they're just now entering businesses.
So there's the first thing that when I just Googled like Orlando area food trucks, the first that come up is World Food Trucks. It's a food truck park
Yep.
in Kissimmee, right near Disney.
So, yeah, that was good.
Did you meet Bill Moore?
I know you can't hear me. I can hear you. Did I meet him?
Yeah.
I saw him.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
him. I didn't go say hi to him.
Okay. Just asking.
I think he's
He doesn't talk about
I think he's a little arrogant, a little
Okay.
set in his ways, a little old school. There's a couple.
He's actually right behind Josh right now.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, there was a couple things, and it's good to go to different things with different proctors and things like that. You're going to get different opinions, which is the whole point of this, to hear other people's opinions and perspectives and things.
Yeah.
But a couple people were very against like Facebook ads, using Facebook ads as marketing. It just doesn't make sense to me. Social as a whole, that it's too big of a pool anymore. And it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
When it's the cheapest marketing you can get, if you do it well, people will find it. If you target your ads well enough, it's good. And if you're not just seeking out followers for the sake of followers, you're seeking out good followers, relevant followers.
Yeah.
Everything works. So, yeah, there was a couple of people like that.
FYI, in
And
this
then there
world,
was- and then-
this World Food Trucks near Disneyland, there's 80 trucks and trailers. Sorry, I was going through. Anyway,
That's where we're headed.
awesome. Take a video.
And you could have had a whole bunch of good food.
I understand. Fucking
I
understand. Thanks.
Look forward to having you next year.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go back to the competition. It was too much of a shit show
No?
this year. That made me quite upset. I probably should have just left and not competed anyway. But
Do you think it was because it was a new location and the logistics
Well,
were sort of good? Or?
the location's fine, but there was no signs. There was no nothing to tell you like where to go and how to get to wherever you're going. Even all the stuff they sent you to get there, know before you go emails, it didn't help. You know, he comes out and says that we couldn't do World Foods without barbecue, but yet we're the ones doing 3 rounds where everybody else is doing 2. We're, packed outside, which is fine. We all have trailers or whatever. We can be packed outside. But I really feel bad for the people that are buying tickets to get in, because it's like, what are they there to see? People cook? You have to, there's different levels of of ticket prices, and it seems like when we were in Dallas last year, it was more interactive for people, where this year it really was wide open, and they're going to be there for a couple more years. So I like the fact that it was only 3.5, 4 hours instead of 12. But I don't know. It's more.
A couple of things from comments on YouTube. Steve says it's really hard to hear. We'll do an overview of the expo again on Monday. Actually, I don't know that we can do Monday, but whenever we do the next podcast, because I'll be traveling again Monday morning. Maybe we can do Monday afternoon or something. Justin here says, "Wrap your trailers, folks." I'm working on it. Steve says, "A wrap doesn't necessarily say what the trailer sells." True. And 50% is left. I agree. It's just so hard to pinpoint whether or not that 50% is attributed to the trailer wrap, or it's your second year, or you're finally taking hold type of thing. And then Steve says, "Blank trailer to blank trailer possibly, but a smoker that's running on the deck much. Pretty good idea if you could do." Clean presentation, good personality, and interaction are important. No. Anywho,
How's the layout? Is it easy to find everything that you guys are trying to see?
So it's not huge. So there's 6 or 7 rooms where they're doing the education classes, and it's all in one hall. I'd say was probably about 500 in attendance, so not bad. There was a lot of full rooms for some of the education parts. The show floor is where they can improve a lot, but also hard to get vendors to come to a place where your expected attendance is between 300 and 500. I'm glad we're here, because the more people that show up and the more it gets out, the better chance they'll have it. More vendors.
Yeah.
And that's what we always say. Sterno was probably one of the best vendors here. And they've been showing off their heat packs. So flameless.
Yeah.
Flameless heat packs. So just add a quarter cup of water, and it boils within seconds, and it's good for an hour. Under your, and then we're looking at maybe swapping out to those and some chafing dishes that they have that are all steel. They collapse down flat. They're all chalkboard. They had some good products over there. And other than that, there's fryer cleaner devices and a lot of stuff that doesn't apply to us just because of what we do and how we do it. Some equipment manufacturers, fridges and stuff like that. GFS is here. Well, the guy that's at the booth is actually from Hudsonville.
Is it really?
So he's looking into some stuff for me. Some pricing that I found that is online that he's going to try and see if he can do better for me. Blocks of cheese versus pre-shredded cheese.
Yeah.
Currently, the blocks are almost twice as much as shredded cheese for the same weight.
I know. It's pretty
usually
ridiculous.
You see the opposite. He says just volume. They move so much more shredded cheese that they can produce it at such a lower amount.
Oh yeah, I understand for sure.
So he's going to see if he can do better pricing for me. But other than that, yeah, it's been good. Conversely, to the whole anti-social media movement, handful of sessions on AI, ChatGPT. Got to see some, at least on the ChatGPT side. Kid was pretty good, kind of going through it, how to use it, how to be more conversational with your requests with it, to be able to do social media posts that it's creating for you, the text behind it, emails that you're doing. So yeah, it was a fairly interesting stuff I hadn't necessarily thought of accessing before. But yeah, lots of branding stuff, lots of marketing stuff down here.
It'll be good.
We're back to we're going to try to look at maybe some branded materials, food packaging and stuff, bags and stuff like that. I feel more comfortable buying, 20,000 units of something than I did a year ago. I don't see us changing logos drastically in the next even couple of years. We look. I was pulling some numbers. Chris and I were in a session. And I was bored. So pulling some numbers on some stuff. We're 4,000 loaded max last year.
Wow.
Or this year. So we're talking 20,000 packages. I mean, we use those boxes for those same styrofoam claims for a lot of things, not just loaded max. I mean, to go through 20,000 now, it's like we could probably go through that in 2 years, not 5. So
I heard the plastic the plastic reusable containers have come down in price too.
Yeah, the ones we use for baked potatoes aren't super outrageous, and those are plastic, like little plastic boats that you have a top on them. I think they were still at 60 cents a piece per unit, but
just slap your sticker on the top.
Right now, 10 cents.
Yeah, something like that, 10, 12 cents.
So yeah, I'd rather not use stickers. And I know it's way cheaper. I don't even know if it's easier. But there's too big of a chance that you're not going to be consistent. So do you do the stickers all ahead of time? So you go through a whole sleeve and put a sticker on each one, or are you doing it as you're closing them? And then, what happens if your roll runs out halfway through? And then the whole idea of branding is to be consistent. So if you can't be consistent, don't do it at all, because you're better off not doing it. So I would prefer something printed, but you got to be able to justify the price too. But
very true.
Someone goes back to their office with a bag that has your logo on it. It gets somebody else thinking. It's not just a plain brown bag sitting there. It's a nice, cool little black box with a bright pink logo on it or something. So, get people looking. And that's why the majority of donut boxes are pink anymore. And that was from the Asian donut craze in California. She could get the first person that did it. They could get the pink boxes for like a penny cheaper a box, and then it became a distinguishable thing for them. Or even if we just had straight green boxes that matched the trailer, without a logo on it, it all coincides. Someone sees a great green box and someone's gonna ask, "Hey, what's that?" Which is the standard lighter brown, whatever. So, yeah. So overall, some good sessions, some mass sessions, but that's a conference.
Yeah. So I just noticed over on this side of the world, there's a new food truck called the Wagyu Shack. They got about 750 followers.
Okay. On the east side of Michigan?
Yes. Over on this side of the world.
We're not in the same state anymore, so I don't know what side you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. East side of Michigan.
You could be talking. Thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to help you. They really don't do. They do smoked brisket, but they only do it as so it's $15 for a brisket sandwich. For it to be called the Wagyu Shack, their prices are more like what everybody else would see. It's a beautiful truck, but I guess they're sponsored by a certain farm called Vander Farms. Anyway, I was reading some of the reviews. They've got okay reviews, but I'm trying to find them to see if I can go try their stuff out. It's an actual truck, but Wagyu was like when we had that guy on from Kurt from South Carolina. He's telling us he's buying Wagyu brisket and that's what he's serving, and Wagyu dino ribs and stuff like that.
He's paying the same price we are though for.
I know, it's crazy.
Right.
Anyway, I bought a Snake River Farms brisket this week and used that for 6 different things. Just vomited when I opened it and trimmed it. But anyway.
A couple things. I told Skippy that someone recognized my voice in a class from the podcast. So a quick little shout out to Joanne Jonanne, Jonanne, Hammer with healthy choices on the go at the Little Red Trailer. They also have a podcast, Sassy Chef and the Good Foodie. 7 episodes in, so if you guys want to go check them out. She was super nice. Weird to say someone recognizes my voice.
Right?
I'm sure she would have recognized yours too, Skippy.
No, it's real. It's all Josh all the time. Hey, I know you're repping. Even though you're a little grainy, I can see that you're wearing a Lions hat. It was tough since we haven't had our weekly Lions talk. It was a very tough game Sunday night. Very tough game Sunday night. That hurt a little bit. 6 interceptions, 5 interceptions. Oh, now he's muted. I don't know if he's mad now. A lot of people walking by. You guys are talking to yourself, being on mute. Okay, good.
Oh, I want you to be able to have the spotlight, Skippy.
No, it wasn't a spotlight. I'm just saying, like, it was a tough game. It's a tough game. I don't have anything to be a spotlight.
You
for.
said it's all Josh all the time. You said it's all Josh all the time. So
I've said that since day one. I kid.
I'm sorry. So as Mr. Cornelius was saying in between harvesting his silver and gold over there.
I kid. I just kid.
Me? Skippy.
Oh,
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Jesus Christ. It was 5 interceptions. The game was a delight. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I watched the entire thing.
Yes. Hope that we are not actually animals and kind of walk us down a bit.
I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
You didn't enjoy it?
I fell asleep at halftime because I thought it was going to be a blowout, to be honest with you. I'm not lying.
You are not a lion. That's right.
Roar.
Us true fans wanted to see how they would respond.
And I'm very glad that happened. Very glad.
I didn't need them to win. I just needed them to right the ship a little bit. And they did. They 49 another team. Yes.
Congratulations. Anyway.
They're now being called the Team of Destiny.
Why?
Why? Historic comeback.
I don't know if historic is the right word.
It's been like 40 years since it's happened.
Halftime they had us.
So to 5 interceptions and at least a 15-point deficit. The last time it happened was 1970 something. Bears Colts. So it seems like every game they play, whatever happens in the game hasn't happened in a half a century.
Probably.
I didn't call them a team of destiny. Other people have called them a team of destiny. And the Chiefs aren't as good as the Ravens. And that's it for football. Fuck the Chiefs. The Chiefs should fucking fight them right now. Dude's like head to toe red both days. You seen him? Wearing a Chiefs hat, Chiefs shirt, Chiefs shoes, Chiefs pants.
Maybe he's from Kansas City.
Probably is. That doesn't give him the right to be annoying.
That doesn't give him a right to be annoying. Actually, it does. He has the right to be annoying. Jeez. Anyway, what else is going on over there? I'm bored out of my mind. So we don't really have a whole lot to talk about.
All right, we can cut it short.
Well,
this can just be the live special, and then we can get into full stuff next week. Let me get back on right there. I can compile my notes and give more clear, concise thoughts on everything. and how we're going to move forward next year.
Let's do that. Let's come up with a,
When we
a
have better
business game
audio.
plan. Let's each come up with a business game plan.
You're not going to do your homework.
I am too.
A business game plan for our businesses or for the show? What are you talking about?
For our businesses.
We're going to write a business plan?
No, a game plan. Like what we want to improve on, where we missed opportunities this year.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to doing $700,000 in sales next year if we get the trailer.
Well, you did.
Chris is super excited.
Didn't you do 4? So
I'm sorry, what?
Didn't you do like 4 this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
we're not done
yet.
taking that 30% increase.
Okay.
We would have to do more than 50% to get to 7.
I was wondering your math there. I was just wondering the math.
50% increase would be 600,000. Because 50% of 400 is 200. Huh? We did 4. 50% of that is 200.
So that's
200
6.
plus 400 is 600.
Yeah.
So we'd have to do 75% to get to 7. But our reps could be awesome.
So we're gonna wrap it, and we're gonna get a trailer, so we can increase it by 65 to 70.
Bernie, yes. All said and done, yes, I would come back next year. I'll be back next year. They already have plans to improve. See you guys.
Hopefully it's in Chicago.
I don't care where I'll go. It's a trip. Yeah, I mean, why not?
I know it's a business trip.
Flights are cheap. Most places you can get a decent. As long as you don't want to fly Spirit or Allegiant or whatever, you can get cheap hotels in most areas for a couple $100 a night or a couple $100 a night. So yeah, I mean, the conference itself is only $125 for both days on the floor. It's not a huge expense, So for me, 100% worth it. There was a lot of the sessions were geared towards new trucks. They're working on improving it. About half the people here don't even have a truck. So.
So it's really new. Or really geared towards new people.
The education will get better next year. I'm really hoping the show floor is better next year. But without people coming, it won't get better. So, Steve, the next events will be next year. They have not announced yet. They were still working on locations per Sheldon when he was on the show the last time. So, I know he is kind of pushing for Vegas for one of them, mostly because he lives there or lives close to there. I wouldn't mind. And it's cheap to get to Vegas. It's cheap to stay in Vegas, as long as you don't have too high a standard. So. I mean, I think you can get a room at Circus for like $20 a night. I wouldn't recommend it. Bring some lights on. Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely be in next year. Bernie also says Team of Destiny is the Ravens, worst defensive league, but they're winning games.
How would you classify the crowd? Like, do we have? Are we at like 100 people? We have 1,000 people.
Still 500.
Okay. I didn't hear you.
As stated earlier.
You said something.
Yeah. So I'm guessing right around 500. Most of the education rooms are full, or at least 3/4 full. All the ones that I were in were pretty full. So I'm going to guess there was about 500 people, give or take.
Well, especially
I'll be able to get numbers from Sheldon.
Increase from rap.
Yeah, no kidding. The last session was a Q&A, a panel with Bill Moore and one of the guys from the owner of Custom Trailer Bros. And that was standing room only. There was no more room in that room. So, so yeah, it's good. I will definitely come back. regardless of where it's at. As long as it works in with the schedule and they do it early November again, I'm definitely in. So, yeah, it was good. Looking forward to going out and seeing some trucks tonight.
Are you seeing the same people like have attended both days?
Yeah, I definitely noticed familiar faces both days.
Okay.
So, and I've had people that I talked to yesterday come up and talk to me today. Had a couple people. The guy that I was talking to when you got on was, that was the guy that I think just saw me. I had answered a question in one of the sessions, and he saw that I was from Michigan. So he came up and grabbed me and started asking me all kinds of questions. So it's a cool event for that kind of thing and to kind of expand who you're talking to, and definitely to be able to bounce some stuff off of. So expanding your network, especially if you can find people that are from your area. I was surprised at how many people from Michigan are being more than two. Was a surprise.
Two of them flew next to me on the flight.
Yeah. So, being able to touch base with those people and talk to people that we haven't seen before, is good. So you make those connections, and then all of a sudden they get asked for an event that they can't go to.
Yeah.
Who are they going to reach out to? Someone that they have connection with. So, and that, so who knows? Who knows what comes from what? But it's always nice to kind of expand your local network of other food trucks and make friends with those people.
I'm surprised.
You never know what
there's,
kind of events you can get into.
When you were talking about Facebook and social media marketing and stuff like that, I'm surprised they don't have anybody talking about how to get monetized as an extra source of income, or
That was a big surprise, and the only social media network that I heard anybody talk about was Facebook, which blew my mind. There was no discussion of Instagram, which is, as we all know, storytelling with pictures, and we all sell food, So if you, so that'll be kind of in the sessions I think would do really well, and part of it, Skippy, is finding people to be able to give those sessions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can only have Bill Moore do everything.
Please do less. There's just something about him. I don't know. So it's it would be nice to have. Just people talking about marketing with social media.
Yeah.
The benefits of it.
Yeah.
I'm scared. There's people talking about email marketing still. It's like, I trust to spend $50 in Facebook a whole lot more than spending $50 to do a flash email. My Facebook's going to get seen and read more than that email is.
Yeah.
100%. I put my faith there more than. How many spam or promotional emails do you get that you open?
Fuck, I'd rather buy $50 in stamps and send a mail or send us, send something versus email. You get so much spam.
You're probably more likely with that, especially if you do something cool with the envelope.
Yeah.
You're more likely to get somebody to open it. Especially with the way Google sorts emails now, where things go into different pots, automatically. I don't even look in my promotional folder unless I think I missed something from a business that I communicate with.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I think some of that stuff would be cool for next year, and hopefully they can do it. Get the right people. They would be. They're not going to spend money to get any super big headline speakers, but it'd be cool if they could. So.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of these OG food truck people that have been in the business for 15 years or whatever. I think there's resistance to change, to modernize how they do some things.
Yeah.
But some of definitely those strategies still work,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's all good. Bottom line, definitely come back. So it was good to meet new people and see new people. And I'm really looking forward to trying some new food trucks tonight.
Yeah, Take some videos.
Chris and I have made ourselves sick the last 2 days, so I'm looking forward to a third night of bloated stomachs and indigestion.
Absolutely.
Fantastic flight home tomorrow.
It was a lot of Yingling last night while we were playing Top Golf.
Yingling's down there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Really sad that it
We
can't
stopped
get
by
there.
the store, got a 6-pack. Well, now you're sad.
Not here. I hate that it's not here.
I hate that you're not here.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. If you guys do want to wrap this up for today, and
yeah,
call it
let's
good.
get, do we have any other comments on the YouTube?
Let me hop over there real quick. No, we're all caught up.
I'd like to physically see you hop over there somewhere. You boys have the time of your lives. That's Jesus age. and on that note, please follow us on our social media platforms and
I need a nap.
on the YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Really helps the channel out. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, stay tuned for that time, guys. It's not gonna be Monday morning. I will be on a plane at 9 o'clock in the morning. So,
That's completely fine.
Skippy and I'll figure out time. We'll figure out time.
Post it.
Thanks,
and
everybody. Have a
Enjoy
great day.
yourselves. Bye.
Wednesday after work.
Bye.